What's up, guys? This is Chris here, and today we're going to be talking about my favorite subject, going fast. Today we're going to be talking about 5 of the fastest handguns I have ever shot on the channel.
Shoots fast.
All of these guns are extremely quick. Some are sort of affordable, some are extremely expensive, and one of them might even be a revolver. Now, these guns are going to not only be fast, but they're going to be accurate and they're going to be reliable. These are some of the best handguns you can buy on the market today. Now, the criteria for this video is that they are going to be a handgun and they are going to be a fast handgun, like a world championship handgun. A lot of these guns on this list have world championships and probably will get more. With that being said, let's get right into it with number 5, a new gun. A gun that I shot last week, and that is going to be the Smith & Wesson M&P 2.0 Spec Series V, the first steel-framed M&P. Man, have I been waiting for that gun for a while, and I'm glad that it didn't disappoint me. I saw that at SHOT Show, and I was like, you should have made that first, because I prefer steel over aluminum personally, and on top of that, they did a lot of improvements on it, which I'm a pretty big fan of. First off, they gave it a 4.5-inch slide with a compensator on the end of the gun, making it a low reciprocating mass with obviously a very effective compensator. It's a 9mm striker-fired gun with a great trigger. And the biggest thing that they did, besides the slide cuts, the cool color, the optics mounting system, is they made an all-new steel frame with extra texture on it. So not only do you get more weight to absorb the recoil, but you also get more texture than you would on the aluminum frame guns. One of the best, if not the best M&P I've ever shot, and the only reason it's at number 5 is because I haven't really proven it through its paces yet. We only have about 500 rounds through it, and we'll probably have a 1,000-round review for you in a couple of months. Gun's sitting right at around $1,600, and in my opinion, worth every penny. Let's get into it with number 4, with maybe the fastest handgun I've ever shot on the channel, and that is going to be the Taran Tactical Sand Viper. It is the twin brother to the Pit Viper, made famous by John Wick 4, Keanu's main sidearm in John Wick 4. The Sand Viper is what I would consider the pinnacle of 9mm handguns.
Hey! Yep.
Did I hit that again?
Yeah.
Ha! It is a polymer gripped single action pistol with all the bells and whistles and world championships to prove it. It is one of the coolest looking guns I've ever seen and might be the fastest handgun I've ever shot. An unbelievable sub 2-pound trigger, a single port comp with ports on the side, which gives you almost no recoil whatsoever. Perfectly sprung, unbelievable texture on the grip, a beveled magazine well, all the controls are perfect, and what a phenomenal looking color, if I do say so myself. The reason why it's at number 4 and not at clear number 1 is because of the unbelievable price tag of $8,000. Now, what you are paying for is a world championship level gun that has more speed in it than a Formula 1 car. We have shot almost 1,500 rounds in the last 2 weeks. Ask me how much I like it. We had Nick over here, Dalton over here, Bubba shot it, and Nick and I even put it up against my beloved Erebus. And I gotta say that I'm not sure which one's more accurate yet, but we'll work on that. But I think the Sand Viper might actually be a little quicker. And I'll explain why. It's a little bit lighter, although it has similar recoil impulse because of that single port comp. And honestly, these days, I've been kind of preferring the polymer grip, and I think the polymer grip on the Sand Viper is the best one I've ever tried on a 2011. The lighter weight allows me to get it out of the holster quicker, it allows me to maneuver the gun quicker, and it allows me to transition between targets quicker. Now, under recoil, it might have a hair more recoil than my Erebus, and I think my Erebus might have a little bit better trigger for long range. However, the Taran Tactical is built for up-close speed, and it does that better than almost anything I've ever seen. On top of looking great, it is one of the best shooting handguns I've ever had, and it certainly deserves this spot at number 4. Now again, I would put it at number 1, but for the high price tag of $8,000, and considering how hard it is to get, I had to put it at number 4. In at number 3, a little bit more affordable, the Archon TypeB. Now, I've been singing the Archon's praises for a while now, and it's because it's like a Glock, but it shoots really good. It has a very low recoil impulse because it is not a Glock after all. Now, the Archon TypeB is a very interesting gun. It is the newest generation of the Strike 1 from Arsenal. And not only is this gun better in every way, but in my opinion, it's faster too. They shortened up the barrel a little bit. I believe it's 4 1/4 inches. They also still use that standard Bergman system, and they wildly upgraded the trigger. On top of that, the ergonomics on the gun feel really good. It is a polymer frame striker fired gun, very similar to the Glock. Now, the Archon looks really sweet. It has really cool slide cuts in it that really remind me of sort of a World War II fighter plane. It has really good sights out of the factory, and they're Glock sights, by the way, so if you want to change them out, you absolutely can. Optics mounting system, and best of all, you can find them for around $600. Now, probably the fastest polymer frame striker fired pistol that I've ever shot, and if not, it's pretty fucking close. And for a price of around $600 to $700, considering you get a reliable gun, you get an accurate gun, and you get enough mags to do the job, I really do believe it deserves a spot on this list, and I think it fits quite comfortably at number 3. In at number 2, oof.
So right here is Twister Michalek about to shoot Jerry Michalek's. Let's see how it feels. Like a charm. Oh man.
The fastest revolver of all time.
1.88.
The Smith & Wesson Model 327 JM. And for those of you unfamiliar with this beautiful revolver, they made a documentary about how awesome this gun is. This happens to be the gun that Jerry made specifically for the plate rack world record that he actually got.
.85.
Now, currently, I believe it's the fastest plate rack in the world, and he did that shit with a revolver, which is absolutely insane, and it tells you how fast this gun is. Now, this gun is tailor-made for not only Jerry, but for shooting fast up close. It is an 8-round, 9mm revolver with a 5-inch barrel, and everything on the gun screams fast. The gun runs with moon clips, and it's actually pretty cool that you can shoot 9mm out of a revolver. Comes with a really cool custom grip, and overall, the gun looks unbelievable. Now, you have to be a Jerry Michalek fan to really want this gun, because they're about $3,000 to $4,000, depending on how you kit it out. But it is an 8-shot, 9mm revolver, after all, with a bobbed hammer and a very, very cool grip. One of the best, if not the best trigger that I've ever had on a revolver, and certainly the most fun that you can have with a wheel gun. Now, with that being said, let's get right into it with number 1 here, and that is what I would consider the fastest gun for the money, and maybe I'll make a video just about that someday. But I think that currently, at least, is the Cajun Gun Works Shadow 2. Now, all of you guys know that I'm a big fan of the Shadow 2. The whole fucking internet knows that I'm a big fan of the Shadow 2 at this point, but the Cajun Gun Works Shadow 2 took it to a whole new level. This year, they redid Shadow 2 for me and sent it over with all of the bells and whistles. Now, my previous one, done by CZ Custom, is good, but the Cajun Gun Works is a whole nother level entirely. Now, if you're unfamiliar with the Shadow 2, it is a double single action steel frame pistol from CZ. They come right around $1,000 out of the factory, and they are extremely impressive. One of the most reliable, accurate, and fastest handguns made in the last decade, which is why if you go to a pistol competition, they're going to be in the holsters of about every 3rd person you talk to. That being said, if you buy one of those and send it over to Cajun or just get one from them, you can take it to the next level. Not only does it have a slightly better trigger to it and all the classic features, but it also comes quadruported, which is incredible. They added a very, very low optics mount made specifically for the SRO. So low, in fact, that I think it's lower than any other optics mount I've ever seen on a CZ. And the trigger that they did was so good. They actually can do a trigger even better than that if you only use federal primers, but I wanted my gun to ignite everything. I didn't want to lose the reliability of the Shadow. Now, pair the quadruporting with the excellent trigger with a very, very low low slide mass because of the internal slide rails, and on top of that, the very hefty weight of the steel frame. And what you get is arguably the lowest recoiling platform that you can possibly get for less than $5,000. And on top of that, the whole gun costs about $1,500, which in my opinion is an absolute steal for the performance that you get. I can shoot it on par with my Comp 2011s, and that's really saying something considering some of those command a price tag of $5,000 to even $10,000. And for the price of the Shadow, I think it's certainly worth the #1 spot. Unbelievably fast, unbelievably accurate, and just a absolute joy to shoot. Cajun Gunworks Shadow 2 is a clear #1. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Please help out your local homeless shelters, and remember to recycle. I'll check you later.